back to my WWE vlog. I am Daniel Barking once again, and this is kind of a video of some things that I was a bit iffy about after Raw. There was basically 2 things or 3 things that I really wanted to get off my chest in this video. The first one is the very obvious thing, that Drew Carey is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, if you haven't watched my Raw review already, I mentioned this in there. I'll put the video up here or up here somewhere so you can have a link to it. Yeah, so Drew Carey is in the Hall of Fame. He had one moment in the WWE, in the Royal Rumble, where he eliminated himself from Kane, and that is it. And WWE have decided to put him in the Hall of Fame. You know, how much credibility does that give the WWE Hall of Fame? That Drew Carey, a guy that, you know, is a comedian, who's never really been involved in a proper wrestling match in any way or form, apart from maybe the Royal Rumble, where he did admittedly face Kane, but didn't do anything. You know, and it's not just the fact that he's in the Hall of Fame, it's the fact that WWE seem to have done this to promote a game show. From what it seemed like, from their promo they did of him. You know, and so many guys out there must be thinking to themselves, hold on a minute, this guy got in, and I didn't get in? As far as I know, Randy Savage isn't in the Hall of Fame. I don't know, is he? I don't know. But as far as I know, he isn't. And people like him must be thinking, how the fuck did he get into the Hall of Fame? And I feel sorry for, you know, Shawn Michaels. You know, he's the head of that Hall of Fame class. And he's going to have Drew Carey in his Hall of Fame class this year. You know, what the fuck are WWE thinking with that? I don't understand, you know. To plug a game show, to plug a comedian, I don't really get that. You know, I'd love someone to explain it to me, because I really don't get it. Drew Carey in the Hall of Fame, I've just got a... Part of me wants to laugh and part of me wants to shout, because it is a bit ridiculous. Okay, but I will move on. The second thing I want to talk about is Snookie. Now, Snookie, in my opinion, I thought she was going to have a bit more of a prominent role in Raw, but she didn't do too much, which was good for me, because I didn't want to see too much of her. She didn't do bad. She was, you know, she's, what, 4'11". She had a little conversation with Vicky. You know, she introduced herself to the crowd. She's got involved in a Wrestlemania match, which I'll talk about in a minute. You know, so, you know, I don't have a problem with her being at Raw. She did okay, in my opinion. It wasn't that bad. I could tolerate watching Snookie, even though I've never really seen her before, and I've already built up quite a bad opinion of her just because she was on Jersey Shore. You know, but we had the thing. We had a match made at WrestleMania. John Morrison, Snookie, and Trish Stratus. Snookie is a face, by the way. You'd think she'd be a heel, but she's now... WWE have made her into a face. John Morrison, Trish Stratus, Snookie versus Dolph Ziggler and Lay Cool. 2 things. Can Snookie wrestle? She didn't do too bad tonight, but can she really wrestle a match? She's 4'11". Does she know how to do moves? You know, to me, Snookie's involvement in this match makes it a little bit pointless, which is a shame, really, because you've got 2 good wrestlers in this match. This match has obviously been... Snookie has obviously been put into this match for mainstream audience. Now, as much as I don't mind WWE doing that, you know, it's really screwing with the 2 people in that match who I think deserve so much better, and that is Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison. Now, you've got John Morrison, who really does deserve to be given a push for the WWE title, and you've also got Dolph Ziggler. You know, 2 guys that are going to be, you know, 2 really good superstars in the company in the future. And you're getting them involved in a match which really doesn't serve any purpose to them. You know, you're getting them involved in a match which revolves around the divas. I mean, how much lower do you want them to sink? If I wanted them to get involved at WrestleMania, I'd love to see them in a singles match. But now they got rid of Money in the Bank, they don't really know what to do with these people, and this is what has led to this tag team match. You know, and when will WWE realise that, you know, you've got to try and treat your superstars like John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler, you've got to try and put them in better matches with more credibility, because this just isn't doing anything for them. It'll be good to see Trish Stratus wrestle. I'm quite looking forward to that, but Dolph Ziggler and John Morrison just seem to very loosely tie in with this feud, and it just it reeks of stupidity for me, in my opinion. Although obviously this match will reach a mainstream audience. I'm struggling to... I think out of the 2, the Drew Carey thing pisses me off more, but you know, that's pretty much it. That's going to be a match at WrestleMania. Snookie is going to wrestle, and John Morrison and Dolph Ziggler are going to be involved in it, and Lay Cool as well, and Trish Stratus. So it's degrading quite a lot of people in that match, to be honest. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Not really. I'm still laughing at Michael Cole's last pod, but that's just me. I thought that was hilarious. You know, if you guys out there have any opinions on Drew Carey being inducted into the Hall of Fame, you know, or Snookie's involvement on Raw, and at WrestleMania, or the degradation of John Morrison, Dolph Ziggler, even Trish Stratus and Lay Cole in a sense. If you have any opinions on that, just leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget you can catch me on Twitter at Daniel_Parkin. My Tumblr is Daniel Parkin. Also make sure you subscribe and the subscribe button up there somewhere, and like the video as well if you like what I'm saying. And once again comment if you have any thoughts on what I've said. And that's pretty much it for me. That's pretty much all I've got to say. I could have got angrier in this video, but I did keep my cool. So that is pretty much it from me. Look out for my Raw review. I'll put it in the description box somewhere. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.